Hello and welcome back to the Stanchion Podcast, where myself, Lee and Luke give you unrivaled football debate with absolutely outrageous takes from the extreme to actually the quite normal. First of all, apologies. We've been away for around a month. Our resident producer, Harry, has been down south in Argentina. As you can see, there's a shirt here. Boca Juniors is its name. Playing football a different way is its game. La Bombonera, the stadium. Harry's been down there. He also actually took a little trip down to Patagonia near the Arctic Circle. So that's why we haven't been bringing you any content. However, that's all been said and done. It's been underlined with an exclamation mark. I'm here. Luke's here. Lee's here. And together, we're going to talk about all great things Premier League. Luke, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, how are you?
It's nice to be back, chaps. James is give it the...
It's good to be back.
Because it's been a bit of a rough time for his beloved Liverpool, I believe.
But picking up just off the back of a win against Real Madrid.
Yes.
So
big win out for Real Madrid.
You got
I didn't see that coming at all. I'll tell you what I did not see coming, but actually I kind of did, was Conor Bradley's performance.
yeah, good.
I knew he had... I remember the first game he played in the Champions League. Did he come up against Mbappe?
Yeah.
And he kind of pocketed Mbappe that game.
Well, yeah.
And I watched over the highlights again this morning on the way to the work, just the Conor Bradley.
Yeah.
He's some talent,
Yeah.
man. He's a good fullback there.
Are Liverpool a better team in the Champions League?
They are historically a European
Yep.
Cup team, but I wouldn't say that they're any better or not any better. I just think that...
Because I think even when they're in their worst form, they always seem to do it in the Champions League.
It is kind of their cup, isn't it?
Yeah.
You say that it's between them and Real Madrid. So for them to come... What I like is that we get these sort of games early now.
Yeah.
So we are seeing the semi-finals.
I do like the
format.
format. I mean, we'll talk about this later, but I do like the format, but I don't like the format. If that makes sense. We'll talk about it. Let's talk about Liverpool to
Do you
start
think,
off
well,
with.
just on the format quickly, do you think it's right where clubs like Tottenham play Villarreal, FC Copenhagen, Bodo Glimt, whereas Liverpool play Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid, and Galatasaray away? How the fuck is that right? Do you know? I'm like just saying, like I'm just putting it out there. But in terms,
I don't know the ins and outs. How does how is it picked?
I don't even know. I don't know. I'm sure someone in the comments is going to rip us apart for they'll give anybody a podcast these days, etc. Not that I'm bitter, but no. In terms of it all, look, I think Liverpool's performance over the past 6 to 8 weeks has been unacceptable. I will say that.
Whose fault is it?
I've been bitterly disappointed. I think it's a cocktail of shit. I think that some of the selections have been a bit. You could say if they come off their genius, but they haven't.
Do you think it's like? Remember when you were a kid and your mum would go, "Here's a £5 and you can buy all of the best sweets that you wanted for a £5."
Yeah.
You ended up buying all the best sweets.
Yeah.
But you couldn't fucking eat them all at once because you felt sick. So I genuinely believe that that's kind of... Liverpool were already at the top at the point of the transfer window. They had just come off the back of winning the Premier League, a very good win. Do you know what I mean? Slot has gone in. He probably shouldn't have won the league. But what he has attained is a good Liverpool structure. I think he may have now fucked about with the structure a little bit too much, and those players that have come in probably don't fit the mould. I think Liverpool yet. That's the Liverpool
key word.
For me over the last 10 years with Klopp has been a family club. You can see it in the players, the way that Klopp interacted with the players, the way the players interacted with the fans, and so on, social media stuff, the work.
Yeah.
That seems to have just disappeared. Klopp's gone and it's disappeared.
Yeah.
That sort of family structure's disappeared. And it does hurt people. People don't understand that. Jota passing away, that could have... We don't know what that's done behind the scenes.
But
do you not think...
Salah looks like he looks dead.
Do you not think
inside.
That brings them all together a little bit more than it's going to hurt them?
Grief does a lot. You don't know what it does.
Yeah, we'll never know the answer.
But there's fans out there saying that Liverpool are not allowed to use that as an excuse. That's what they're saying, and I think it's evil. I think, as far as I'm concerned,
I don't think.
Would we be able to go out and perform this podcast if, heaven forbid, something happened to you?
Yeah.
It wouldn't be the same.
It wouldn't be
It
the same.
wouldn't be the same. You
wouldn't
could
be the same.
you probably will go and get sign James from the TTM Sports Show. We'll bring him in. Yeah, that's what would happen. Clearly, do you know what I mean? But it wouldn't.
That's the way the football
be
works.
The same.
It's the way I look at it is, and this is a thing I think that we all forget about as fans is, one, it is a job.
Yeah.
It is they get paid to do a job,
Yeah.
and that is to entertain us.
Yeah.
Us as fans, we pay, to go and watch, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, the be all and end all of it is that they're entertainers. That's what they get paid for. If me and you go to work, if one of my work colleagues in that work van was to pass away, I can fucking tell you now, I ain't going to be performing the same way.
No, of course
No,
not.
Because I'm going to go to work and still do my job. And we do forget that a
Take
little
time.
bit.
And remember,
It
they're
will.
reminded of this every game at 20 minutes, where Liverpool will always sing the
yeah.
Yo-Yo song, rightfully so. And I think it's gonna take time. But however, I think it's, like I said, it's a cocktail of doom.
Yeah.
It's a cocktail of doom. Imagine you've got a glass here, okay? All negative things that can happen. Okay, cool. We have Luis Diaz leave, people leave. That's fine. I get it. Liverpool replace just them players. So the squad actually
pretty
hasn't improved. It's stayed still because of people have gone, you know, rightly or wrongly, whether that's happened. But just hear me out just real quick. You put that in the cup, okay? First of all, a lot of change. We all know that actually change needs to happen gradually, not like
Rapid.
let's take off 3 tyres and put on 4 fucking rally tyres. It's gonna hurt your cars. People be like, what the fuck? Like, it's gonna take time. Secondly, you know, some of the decisions, and you can argue and say you're not going down that road with decisions. Well, I am. That first goal for Manchester United, I'm sorry. I think it changes the game. The player, the protocol is you stop the game for a head injury. They don't score the first goal.
It's
they
his
don't
own,
score the first goal.
It's his own player.
But it's irrelevant. It's a head injury.
Because
The rule is a head injury.
If it's your own player doing it, then
But it's a head
what's
injury.
stopping you? There's a counter attack. I'm gonna just
Whack.
my own. Do you know what I mean? Where does it then stop?
Because common sense should prevail. Okay, look, at the time
but you
that
don't
happened
switch
very
off. You lot switched
You
off.
can't switch off that. We all know that.
Granted,
We all
you
know
can't
that.
switch off. All right, I understand that. But however, the players argued that actually we've been sat down and briefed that when a player gets a head injury, play stops.
Yeah, but we
So they're
know.
just following the guidelines.
You all
But
know
or are you
what
saying
they're
you play
like.
to the whistle regardless?
You play to the whistle.
I
regardless.
like the idea.
That's what
of
I was taught as a kid.
If we want to go to a head injury straight away, maybe the medical team just come on and treat him because
Like rugby.
The game's
they play on
rugby.
yeah,
The game's going on over there.
That's a good shout.
Let's just come straight on. What are you
So-
waiting for?
so
Like, you're not going to interrupt the game.
But so within that, okay, Liverpool go 1-0 down, okay? They lose the game. Did Man United deserve to win the game? Probably.
Yeah.
I got the bollocks to say it. Yeah.
Fair play.
But, you know, they deserve to win the game, and ultimately that's true. You know, you then get, you know, you go away to Crystal Palace, okay? We can see the corner. It wasn't a corner. They scored from the fucking corner. Do you know what I mean? Like, so, you know, 96th bloody minute.
But
whatever.
that's
So
football. Like,
of
it
course,
evens
I
itself
get
out.
I get it. But then you go away to Chelsea. And in the 94th minute, Esteval's offside and he scores. And little things like that turn, you know, 6 defeats out of 7, in reality, is still poor because I said earlier on, Liverpool have not been right since mid-February. In my opinion, they have not been right since mid-February. And I think there's a lot of things. Maybe they ran out of gas because he went with the same squad all the way and they just ran out of gas, okay?
Yeah.
I get it. But the way the season started, it wasn't right. We were conceding, you know, Bournemouth at home when you talked about Semenyo ripping through the team and, you know, Chiesa getting a last-minute goal. Then Ungamoa swapping a 98th minute at St. James's Park, you know. You've had Isak come in, then go straight back. There's a lot going on. And I think what's happened is that selection against Palace.
Yeah.
I would never have done that. He gambled there.
Yeah.
He gambled because if
his
Liverpool go on
comments,
to lose
comments
against,
were
you know,
crazy as well.
Is he sorry, James. This is a question
It's a lot
for Lee.
to talk about.
But is Slot starting to annoy you? Because
Slot,
I like.
If I'm honest, he always annoyed me.
Yeah.
Because just I don't know. When you're a manager, that you have to be like we said about Jude, you have to have a little bit of arrogance.
Yeah.
You're a top manager at a top club,
Yeah.
You kind of have to believe in your head,
Yeah.
I'm going to fucking win every game.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what's the fucking point in being
But
there? You wouldn't be there. What's the point?
You're
and
talking
I think,
about long balls, aren't you?
And I think
I think some of the things he's moaning about are just.
I think what's been happening is that looking at some of the media comments that he was getting when he was obviously in Holland.
Yeah.
They're not like the British media. They don't turn on you within a fucking weekend.
Yeah.
Like the English media can go from saying that the sun shines out your ass you are the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Yeah.
Within the next breath in the same paragraph, you could have just killed their dog. Like the way they twist things is actually quite crazy. Yeah. And I think Klopp Slot has got to a point where he's probably fucking pissed off.
Yeah, probably.
He's probably just had his head's gone.
You were really nice to me last time.
His head's
but also, you have to take into consideration this. I've got 3 points. Are Liverpool in decline? My first question is no. What a ridiculous statement is that, you know?
I think.
Yeah.
Nothing's happening.
No, I think, but also,
do you reckon the team will come as good as it was last season, though?
I think it could take a year. I said this when I sat down with you guys, and everyone was saying you can't say that.
Trent?
Are we missing Trent Alexander-Arnold?
Missing Trent? Salah.
That's what I'm getting at.
He looks like
it's not just Salah. It's those diagonal balls, not necessarily into Salah, but across. Like I think you might be missing.
Salah looks like he's lost his leg because he's that. Yeah, it's not like we know what the criticism with Trent was, that his defensive side of it wasn't as good. Yeah. Blah blah blah. But what we do know is that when he did go forward, he was quality. And his forward thinking's good.
He always seemed to get the passes right. Like the
perfect times.
The weight on the pass. Yeah, like it would just hold up, ready to be.
And like you just said, sometimes you did find Salah would drift inside on purpose, knowing that if Trent was to pick the ball up, you're getting a 70-yard cross ball.
Yeah. I think when you look at it, I think with LFC, since obviously those defeats, we've had 2 games since then. At the time of recording, they go and beat Villa. So we puts out that awful team against Palace. 70-odd thousand. Yeah, or
there
60,
was 4 or 5 names on there. I didn't even.
It was.
Know.
I was shocked, and he gambled. I think he took, as a Liverpool manager, for the first time, I felt that he was under real pressure and he gambled. Now imagine, I think I saw a great comment online where a bloke had gone to watch Liverpool in person for the first time in 8 years. It saved his money. It turned up, right, and you see that team, and I think he threw it. And I was disappointed because I thought it was an opportunity for Wirtz. I thought it was an opportunity for Kerkers to come in and actually get a little bit of confidence. However, having said that, he bought a ticket. Yeah. He gambled by buying a ticket. Yeah. And the ticket came through. So they beat Villa at the weekend, okay? What he does, first of all, is he stops messing around with Szoboszlai right back. He goes, right, go back up there. He puts Connor Bradley back in. He puts Andy Robertson back in at left back, okay? Fine. Boom. He's got Gravenberch back in, who's been out for 3 or 4 games, may I add. He puts him back in next to McAllister, and then he puts Szoboszlai tucked up behind last season's front three.
There's a structure.
I think Szoboszlai is a player that's probably...
I think he's been our best player this season.
I would agree with that.
But he puts it back in, and we pick up the result, which is fantastic, okay? The comments that I've seen online and in groups saying that Villa played into Liverpool's hands, for instance.
That's football.
But they were in fantastic form, may I add.
They made their decision to play like that. That's what they wanted to do. That's what they wanted to do.
But they were in great form. And then what Slot then did is for the Real Madrid match, as he puts Florian Wirtz on the left, and I think that's his in at the moment.
I like
the way
that.
He's going
that's
to get
where I'd
on
like
the left.
to see. Try something
Reminds
different
me of Coutinho, young
But then I
Coutinho.
will say, I think Wirtz's best performance in a Liverpool shirt have come in the Champions League.
Yeah.
Because I think the second half
like
against
European
Atletico
football.
Madrid. Yeah, it's different.
He got 2 assists away in Frankfurt, but according to Arsenal fans, he hasn't got any. He's got more than Saka this season. Just saying. Shouts is a brand new football prediction game. Predict the scorelines and goal scorers to earn incredible points. Compete against your mates in mini leagues and across the world on the global scene. Best of all, it's free to play. And now with an incredible £1,000 cash prize on offer, it's the right time to download from the App Store. Now that's a shout. But having said that, in terms of Liverpool, look, will the podcast be out by the time they go to Manchester City on Saturday? Maybe not. For me, I'd take a
Big
draw
game.
right now and get out of there. If City win, I think we're out of the title race,
I
mate.
think Liverpool gets
You
something.
genuinely reckon?
Yeah, I think if City win, we're too far. Maybe too far behind. We'd be too far. We've already lost 4 games in the Premier League this season.
Lose that many.
You can't lose 5-6 games and win the league. You can't do it.
But
Arsenal
then
fans will go, yes, you can.
It
Of
has-
course you can. They're just trying to deflect.
I
Our
think-
resident Simon turned around. He said the other day in the group chat when I said to him, You were 10 points clear. Don't forget that. After
Yeah.
what you said to me last season when we were in the same position, you've won the league. It's done. It's over. It's impossible. It's an
They're now in the
impenetrable
same
lead. And
position.
the league's poor. And now I turn it round back onto Arsenal fans and I saying the same thing to you this season. Oh no, we can't say that. It's a little bit early, for instance. What, giving up on the league already, are you? Do you know what I mean? And they chuck it back in another way. You can't have it both ways, guys. As far as I'm concerned, if City beat Liverpool on Saturday, that's done. If Liverpool beat City, I still think Arsenal's asses fall out later in the season.
Do you know what? Looking at Arsenal, though, I know people find them boring this season.
Defensively,
But
man.
when I watch them...
that back five, mate.
Mate, they're in complete control of the game. Like, there's...
Yeah.
I think that they could play all night against anyone and they wouldn't
They're
score against
breezing.
them.
I was watching them in the Champions League this week, and I looked at the back four. I thought, you boys must have played 12, 13 games now.
Yeah.
Solid.
Yep.
And none of you look like you're out of breath.
No.
None of you look
are
like you are
cruising.
tired.
Look at the right backs, yeah? They have either Ben White
Timber.
or Timber, yeah? Or the left backs, they have Calafiori or Miles Lewis.
Hincapie.
Or Hincapie as
Hincapie
well.
played left back, didn't
Yeah.
Calafiori
Yeah.
in the last
Calafiori
5 or
played-
6 games, mate. He is. I've been watching him and I'm thinking
Mate, he can strike a ball, can't he?
He can run as
Oh,
well.
yeah,
like,
yeah,
the
Then
way
also,
he
but then
moves.
you look at the other two. You have a look at the other centre backs they've got: Saliba, Gabriel. Who's the other one? Mosquera. You know, that's
young
another.
lad. The young lad, he's
Hincapie
good.
can play.
They are stacked, and that's
Yeah.
why when
and,
I argue,
and Timber can play centre back.
but that's
as
why I
well.
argue. But then they've spent the money, and Arsenal fans will say, "Oh, Liverpool spent all this money. Let's look and laugh." Well, hold on a minute, guys. Hold the fucking phone.
Yeah.
Press pause. Your outlay's been more, highest in the Premier League this season, by the way, and you've only let go of Kivior.
Yeah.
You've not
But
let go of anybody else. You should be
The argument
up there.
is you have. That's what you got to do. You have to do that to
it.
win.
So
to
when
win
they're
the
coming
Premier
out like
League
it's an
now, that you
underdog
have to do that.
story, you know what they're like.
It's not an underdog.
You know,
story. It can't be tarnished as an underdog story anymore.
He's got to win a
He's-
trophy.
he
He has to win. He has
something.
to. You spend £1 billion and put that water. That is like America in geopolitics having the biggest tanks, the most planes, all the nuclear warheads, and when they go and crush someone, a little nation somewhere, and their fans are going, yeah, you know, we should feel really, really. You should be doing that.
Yeah.
You should be doing that.
But what I
You know,
will say,
I'm not advocating war. I'm just using that as an example.
If they did sack Arteta because he didn't win anything, who would they bring in that would suit that squad? Because
No
I
one.
think
Diego Simeone.
no,
not
Defensively.
I don't think he
Defensively.
suits it.
Defensively.
Yeah.
Defensively.
But I just
Luis
think-
Enrique?
I think they'll struggle to find like. Obviously, there was talks back in the day of Arteta going to Barcelona in the future. Like, I don't think he suits Barca.
The way
He has created
he tried.
his
It
team.
looks like he tried to play the way that Pep wanted to play when he was coaching with him.
Yeah.
and he took what Pep had taught him and he thought, I'm going to play like that.
Like centre backs at right back and left back.
and it didn't work.
It's what Tony
he's-
Pulis used to
What
do at
he's
West
now
Brom, by
done
the way.
is what he's now
Honestly,
done.
I've watched Les Scott play fullback. Our right back, we've had Dawson at right back. Like, I remember we had a back line, and this is like, we had 6'2", 6'5", 6'4", 6'2".
Sounds
was
like
our
Leeds'
back line.
current defence.
Like, that was
We've just in the
Gareth
transfer window,
McCauley and Jonas Olsen as our two centre backs.
Yeah, I
and
remember.
Gareth McCauley was our top goal scorer because we used to rinse set pieces. And this is what
worked.
Arteta does, but it worked. And it kept
works.
us in the Premier League.
It does
and we're
work.
seeing all this punting the ball forward from kickoffs, long throws coming back into it, because it does just nick you goals. And
Well, we found that out at Brentford, mate.
Yeah, it
They
happens.
couldn't deal with
it's
it.
working.
Just
It's
couldn't
becoming
deal with it.
fashionable now because
is a quick one on the Championship. Again, because I'm not in the Fizzy Cola League anymore.
You are now, mate.
Now I'm in the Premier League, buddy.
The Premier League is
we're
sponsored by
going back to-
Coca-Cola.
I'm not even
Yeah.
sure West
Anyway.
Brom are really in it at the moment. to
I've
be
had a
honest.
little scan over it and been keeping up to date with some of the results. And what is Frank doing? Bits.
He's flying. Like,
He-
I'm not.
Is he a
Good at Derby as well.
championship manager though? Because I heard that
Is he a
wants,
Premier League
He wants another
manager?
sniff at Chelsea at some point, doesn't he?
And he was hard done by. No. He was hard done by at Chelsea because they had a transfer ban. He got them Champions League football
With a transfer ban, yeah.
with a transfer
maybe.
ban. That's a good job.
He's doing bits. Going back to the Championship, he's doing
But
bits.
didn't he
there.
have that window when it reopened? And they spent like
Yeah, he did do. It did start to come apart.
also
but
at Everton.
He's failed at Everton. I think some people in
I think give him a
some
chance. Like
brackets.
Gerrard, they both need a chance, and I think they.
I
they
think
both
Gerrard
need,
sold his career, mate, by going to Saudi.
I think that's quite harsh. I mean, Carlos Queiroz went there, and then he ended up managing back in Europe again.
I don't know. I think it's a sellout move.
Mate, if you offered me £5 million to
Yeah, but not when you're
if someone come up and said this podcast, and they said, like, we want you to go to Saudi, we're gonna pay you.
But if Gerrard went there,
sign me up. Yeah, absolutely. I'll run there for that, Luke.
I don't know.
I'll be gone.
But then again, I'm not already a multi-millionaire.
Yeah,
famous.
That's not a bit greedy.
Yeah. So because we're not that, I could understand it. I think,
but he did a fantastic job at Rangers. Like, he built up.
Oh, he done really well at the
Brendan
two
Rodgers,
clubs that are
by
in
the
Scotland.
way. Yeah, but Brendan Rodgers, by the way.
Yeah, what's going on there?
Yeah, so
I'm
the owner's come out about a toxic atmosphere festering secretly in the underbelly of the corridors at Parkhead. What is that about? And then secondly, Tony Bloom doing Tony Bloom things at Hearts. Someone come out the other day and they said the way you crack Scottish football is simple. You chuck a bit of money at it, but also you be strategic in your scouting and you're bloody organised at the back.
I love
and I think think about it. Think about it though, mate.
I love their badge.
Edinburgh, it's capital city of Scotland.
I love it.
Big catchment area.
Yeah.
You know, they don't like Celtic. You know, everything for me is fantastic.
It's just nice to see something different.
It just reminds me of like Hartley.
Yeah.
Just the centre half.
I remember the Russian guy that went in there, or the Lithuanian owner that went in there, and they nearly got relegated. I think they did get relegated. Yeah, he promised all this investment, and I remember I saw a brilliant documentary on it, and they were top. Pretty much what's happening now, but they had all this investment from this owner. They pulled the plug.
Yeah,
and they had who did they have? They had quality players. I'm gonna have to do some research again into.
Wasn't Gordon? Is he still there now?
Gordon
He's
there?
still there, I think. I'm pretty sure. Recently, he just got called up to Scotland. And he's like, I swear, he's the oldest.
And do you know what? That tells you exactly where they are. Do you know what I mean? Let's not forget this guy had cruciate ligament injuries 15 years ago.
Deep dive into that Scottish team now. It is nowhere near as shit as it used to be. There's some top quality players in there now.
Yeah, if you want to, get promoted.
There are
from
a lot
Nations
of
League
players
D,
that I've seen.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of players I've seen that have done bad at West Brom, gone to the SPL and tear up. So it's I don't know.
How are West Brom getting on anyway?
Not great.
How are you sitting pretty in mid-table?
We're below.
Champion?
We're second half of the table.
Oh.
Yeah, just lost on the back of a loss to Charlton, losing in like the last kick of the game.
Sorry to interrupt you. Couple of announcements that we need to make.
Yeah.
A couple of announcements that we need to make about partnerships, strategic alliances and partnerships with Stanchion Podcast. Do you want to talk about the first one, Shouts? Do you want to talk about that, Lee?
So we have, you would have seen on our social media that we have partnership with shouts.gg, a football prediction game which you can download onto your phone via the Apple Store or Amazon. What was it called? The Android. I'm an iPhone kid. I'm not too sure.
It's Play Store.
Yeah,
but anywhere you download your apps,
but you can. So what you'll get is weekly. You'll get the Premier League fixtures come up. You make a prediction of who's going to win the game on goals. You also predict yourself a first goal scorer. And what will happen is that you'll get points depending on who you score. So what we're going to do in the near future, we're going to set up a little mini league between the three of us. We're then going to post up our points and maybe we'll have a little challenge or something. Our shouts that we
maybe some forfeits,
but also prize giveaways for you, the listeners. Also, if you want to get involved, there will be discount codes available for this, but also we've got another announcement where, like buses, these things come along. You get one and one follows straight after. Hybrid Sports. This company make grip socks. Obviously, within our game that we all know and love, grip socks are now a fundamental part of accessories on the football kit and the player. Goalkeeper gloves and customized shin pads will be available with a discount code, which will be in the link at the bottom of this show. So head over to Hybrid Sports to get your discount that you deserve for following the beautiful game and also following Stanchion. And again, there will be some fantastic giveaways. And our Christmas special episode, which we cannot name whom, he shall not be named, will be on the show Christmas Day with a remarkable giveaway that we've got, and details of that will be announced in due course.
Yeah, that's exciting.
I am looking forward to that. It's the partnerships is obviously this is something we started out in a group chat. So for us to even then be talking about maybe
for
giveaways
even to grow to
yeah,
this
mate,
point
which
now.
it's just been quite nice.
Well, this is episode 4.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
So-
how I put it into perspective. Like I said, the shin pads that you can make, I've had a little look on there and a little design.
Yeah, it's
They're
cool.
pretty. You could have your kids' faces on
Yeah.
there. Your dog, your cat.
we'll
you
have
could
some
any sort of like
for the next
design.
show. We'll kit it all out with everything that you can get there, and that's hybrid sports too. Just a quick one before obviously we wrap up in a bit. I've got my final night shift of the week that I need to get to and just get in and get it done. But I think in terms of our Liverpool in decline, just a one-word answer from you.
No.
Me, no.
No.
Are Arsenal going to win the league? Fifth?
No.
No, I'm saying no.
I think they do it.
Okay, good. Are Man United back?
No.
No.
Better.
Yes or no, buddy?
Not back. They're not Man United, but
Good enough for me.
they're going the right way.
So in terms of this, Jude Bellingham, does he get picked by Thomas Tuchel for the next England squad?
Yes.
No.
Yes, he's
Okay.
cute.
No.
I don't think he's going to pick
no.
him. I don't think he's going to pick him. I don't think he's going to pick him. I think he's got a problem with him, mate.
I would. You
pick
want him? Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
obviously, Jude Bellingham. Come on, but I don't think Tuchel picks him.
He is there. If he
picks him,
doesn't
man.
pick Bellingham, we fight him.
We don't. No. We just stop going. We just boycott.
we don't.
I don't
go.
understand.
With
we
ruthless
don't.
German
we don't
efficiency.
Go.
Yeah.
He wants to fight, yeah? Oh, that is good, yeah, bitter.
A quick one while we're talking about Champions League just a minute ago. Can we talk about why certain teams seem to step up in the Champions League, like Newcastle?
Yeah, they're
What's happening
flying.
there?
Mate, they've been good in the league recently as well. They're
No,
started-
mate, they haven't.
they've not.
well,
mate.
all right, they lost at
They-
West Ham, but West Ham
Are they
were
not
due
like
a win.
they're not like
Brighton.
15th?
They were due,
Or 14th?
Mate,
Yeah.
there's no
What's
easy.
happening?
I think they had a difficult start because they had a lot of injuries. Vissa hasn't even played for them yet. They're prioritising the Champions League group stage clearly at the minute.
Yeah.
But you got to remember, West Ham were due a win.
Yeah.
They were due a win. It was going to
I'll
happen.
beat somebody. They had to beat
And
somebody.
Brighton, is there any shame in losing at the Amex?
No, because
Nah, we got battered
but
3-0.
Brighton are a weird team. Like you don't put them in your accumulator, do you?
Oh, okay.
No.
2 things. 1, we're talking about Brighton. 2, we're talking about England.
Yeah.
Do you take Danny Welbeck?
No.
Does he deserve a
No.
call up?
Yes.
He deserves a call up.
Is he
I
going to
don't-
play?
I don't
No.
take him though. I
My
don't
strikers
take
for
him.
England:
just-
Harry Kane,
the
Dominic
next international
Solanke,
break,
Marcus
yeah?
Rashford.
Yeah, no. That's fair. Right now,
Yeah.
apart from Kane, which English striker do you take to play the next games? Who's in better form than Danny Welbeck?
Yeah.
Nobody.
No.
Nobody. So why not say, right, we've got 2 international games coming up. Kane, you're going to play anyway, aren't you? You're going to start. He
but
starts
we don't
both
even
games.
know if he's going to stay playing for Brighton, let alone England.
No, but it
His
doesn't matter.
issues-
I'm talking about
yeah, current
right
form.
now.
Yeah.
There is no English striker apart from Harry Kane
Yeah.
better than Danny Welbeck. So why not just
Yeah,
go?
off recent form,
Why
okay.
not say, right, Danny, you're going to come, bud. You might get 10 minutes in one of the games.
Yeah.
Danny's going to go sound.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
he's going to do.
Yeah.
I'm not taking Watkins because he's basically dead. Where is he? What's happened? He's injured.
He's not been great, yeah.
Like, there's nobody else right now who, in the English setup, is scoring goals regularly with a good bit of confidence behind him,
But
apart
then
from Harry Kane.
I would sooner start a false 9 in a Cole Palmer than put Danny Welbeck up top.
And going with your false 9, recent performances, Foden. I bet he don't get called up.
Yeah, Foden will go.
Scored earlier in the
goes.
week. He scored earlier in the week against Dortmund.
like
He scored
a
2.
workhorse for
Absolutely.
England as
He's
well.
been, and his form's starting to come back.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether there was something happening with him because it wasn't like he wasn't ready to play. He was
You
fit.
mean personally?
Personally, I don't know whether
Maybe.
there was something
Maybe.
because he kind of went off the ball,
Yeah.
but there was no actual reasoning for him to
Yeah.
not be available or not. It wasn't like, Foden's got a knock. It was Foden's not playing.
Yeah.
Foden's not available.
But then we've seen Pep do that with a lot of players.
Yeah, true.
So it's kind of Pep roulette sometimes.
Pep roulette, love that. That's something that we'll put into next week's episode. Now, look, we'll be recording again fairly soon. We've got some really good YouTube content, which we're going to start shooting soon with some microphones that we've got. We're going to be doing that 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch.
Yeah.
Yeah, try
getting
something
that
new.
in, try something new, give you some content.
We do have a resident goalkeeper that we're going to be using.
Yeah.
Good.
We've contacted him. He's happy to come along. The microphone's going to be set up. It's going to be a good laugh, good crack.
Yeah.
But more importantly, I think it's just nice to be back and it's just
Yeah.
nice to have a good conversation. Are Liverpool in decline? Oh, come on. See you soon.